Hi everyone, this is Dan, and this review is sponsored by Red Bull. Not really, I don't have a sponsorship. Anyhow, what this really is about is these guys. These are the latest issues of Allegiance Arts. I know I did say I was going to stop collecting this, but I decided to hell with it. I already have the first two of these two. I might as well just finish them off because I think it's all these are 4-issue miniseries for the most part. So I'll just finish it off and then, I don't know, flip it on eBay or something. But anyhow, I just picked these up from Walmart. They arrived at my Walmart, I think, 3 or 4 days ago. It looks like they don't have the stickers on them, thank God. So at least they fixed that up. But what I wanted to mention, here's something that's really interesting, by the way. If you look at this, it says 2019. So David Williams drew this series, Bass Reeves, several years ago. Which begs the question, why didn't we just release this sooner? You think we could have had Bass Reeves the entire series this entire time, but knowing Allegiance Arts, they probably didn't want to release it because this thing wasn't finished. So, it is what it is. I will be doing individual video reviews for these. I just wanted to kind of do a status update on Allegiance Arts and show you all of these comic books at your local Walmart here in America. But I will do this. I did this last time talking about sort of quick reviews for people who are kind of interested in my opinion. I finished all 4 of these in one sitting very, very quickly. It took me about maybe 10-20 minutes at most to go through all of these, which does not bode well in terms of reviews for these guys. So I'll be quick. Bass Reeves, out of 10, I'm going to say about a 6 out of 10. Essentially, this is a bit of a disappointment for me because I love the first 2 issues. This issue, is a little too decompressed for me. It's not that, nothing happens. Stuff does happen in this issue. It's just ultimately the plot really doesn't move forward. It's more of revelations of subplots. Again, still, great David Williams art and Kevin Grievous. I keep pronouncing him Grivo, and that's not actually the way you're supposed to pronounce it. At least that's my understanding. Again, if I'm wrong, just yell at me. I screw up names all the time. But, it's still good writing and good art by these two. This is a good combo right here. It's just, this is almost this is an issue that almost doesn't need to be an issue. You pretty much could have just... it makes me almost not want to recommend buying these Bass Reeves single issues and just wait for it to come out in a trade paperback or a complete graphic novel. But yeah, 6 out of 10. Nora Saga, basically the same situation, except this time I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. Again, Blake Northcott is taking forever to tell this story. Very decompressed. Very much the same situation as the last issue. There is some action and stuff going on, but the plot basically doesn't move forward. And there's a lot of, I would say she starts revealing other things going on in the background and other subplots and other stuff. But I would be dead honest with how slow this thing is moving. I'm kind of losing interest. And the fact that she kind of throws you in every issue without a lot of explanations about what's going on, again, it's the same issue as Bass Reeves. I kind of question here, why is this being, sold as a single issue? You might as well have just combined this together as a graphic novel because that's the way it's written. Nora Saga is kind of, again, written as if all of this was done at one time and then, they break it up into little issues to tell the story later, right? I don't know. At the end of the day, 5 out of 10, this is starting to wear on me. She's got to pick up the pace here. This is way, way too slow. Kelsey Shannon art's pretty cool. Again, like I said in previous reviews, I kind of like his art style on Jawbreakers more. When he did that one, I like that one a lot more. It's a little more detailed. This art style is cool too, but there's a lot of I would say, blank open spaces in this one. Not to say that he was getting lazy. It's just it wasn't necessary for him to draw backgrounds, but it would have been, in my opinion, a little bit nicer in certain areas to add a little more flourish and add a little more detail. But again, still good Kelsey Shannon art, just not... I'm getting a little tired of this story right here. Red Rooster. So I did not review Red Rooster issue number 2, mainly because or I didn't do a direct video on it, I should say. Mainly because I felt it was kind of in bad taste with so many people who are still waiting on that Indiegogo campaign to be fulfilled. And it looks like, according to what I heard, Mitch Brettweiser is fulfilling it. By the way, his name's not on this. I don't know why he didn't put his name on it, but whatever. Technically, this dude got kicked off the book, but he still has him in there. I wonder how much of his original stuff is there. But anyhow, Red Rooster. Ironically enough, and hear me out here, again, I'm not saying that, I agree with Mitch Brettweiser's decision to put this in Walmart before he delivered it to backers, but I will say issue 3 is actually the best issue out of these 4 from Red Rooster. It's actually, this is actually a really good issue. A lot of action happens, a lot of drama happens. For the most part, the plot actually moves forward dramatically. Again, still not a complete story, but at least the plot is moving. Whereas the last 2 issues, it was kind of, dragging on and on. I mean, it wasn't bad. It was just like, man, you could tell this was a graphic novel that was broken up into issues. Especially with the pacing. Honestly, all of these feel like graphic novels that were broken up into issues. But ironically enough, I have to say, Red Rooster issue 3 is actually pretty solid. Got to give Mitch Brettweiser, and it looks like he got help from. So the script was Patrick Stiles, story was kind of a bunch of different people. It's actually moving forward in this issue. Can't say I hate it. I would say it's about 7.5, 8 out of 10. Again, not a complete story, so I'm not going to give it glowing reviews when, again, you're just stringing me along to rip me off for another $4.98. But major improvement over the first 2 issues. This book, The Futurist, I'm going to give the art a 9 out of, or 8 out of 10, because it's Butch Guice and it's fantastic. I'm going to give the book overall a freaking 3 out of 10, because again, I have no idea what the hell is going on in this book. Like, I'm going to be dead honest, I have no... Oh, by the way, all these books have a preview for this new book that Legion's Arts is going to do called The Saints. I read it, and not gonna lie, it kind of sucks. I'm not really interested. It's another, like, it's the same writer who writes this, and honestly, it's the same style. Everything is confusing. Everything is shrouded in subtext and mystery. I'm not gonna freaking, let me be the person to help out everybody so that they don't have to spend $4.98. Just wait for all of these things to get collected in a trade paperback or all together as one digital story. Because if you buy these single issues, it's like a waste of money and time. Just go buy the whole thing, and then you'll save a ton of money, a ton of time, and you'll figure out whether you actually like it or not. But again, this guy should not be editing himself, and he should be forced to actually explain his story every time. Because otherwise you have no freaking clue what the hell is going on right now. Honestly, Uttar Pradesh 1857. You do realize that, at least according to Mitch Brettweiser, the whole purpose behind these comic books was to try to sell them to little kids and get them back into comics. Do you mind? No offense, most kids don't know what this is. And if your expectation is for them to Google everything to figure out your story, spoiler alert, they're not going to do that. So yeah, Futurist, do not recommend. And that's pretty much it. Surprisingly enough, Red Rooster was the best of this bunch. And I will do individual reviews for these books later. But yeah, as far as my experience buying this from Walmart, I mean, it's better. They didn't put a sticker on it, so that's cool. Were these selling at my Walmart? No, it was pretty much, the thing was filled to the brim, and the issue 2s were still filled to the brim. Do I think Legion's Arts is doing well? I don't know. I mean, it looks like they're still making comic books, so they've got to have some sales. And again, I don't wish ill on Mitch Brettweiser or his company, but I will say this, if you don't want to do, classic, compressed storytelling with these single issue floppies, especially if you're going to charge this price compared to, say, Marvel and DC, then, what's the point? you know, you might as well have just released all 4 issues as a graphic novel. That way people can get the whole story. Again, I have to repeat this. Hold on. You know, this is what you're competing against at Walmart, okay? This, all right? So this is 180 pages. It's $9.99, which is basically 2 of these. And I guarantee you, none of these freaking comics from Allegiance Arts in 2 issues has the same amount of story as the first chapter of My Hero Academia. And then this thing actually goes over a whole bunch of other extra stories too, because again, it's a manga, so you get 180 pages of stuff. You know, this is what you're competing against, all right? You're not competing against, you know, Marvel or DC. You're competing against this, okay? Because if your goal is to get kids back into comics, this is what they're reading right now. They're not reading Superman, Batman, you know, X-Men, or any of that other stuff. So, I don't know. Maybe I am just howling into the moon, and I'm just an idiot, and I don't know what I'm talking about. It's very much possible. But that's just my opinions. Just an update on Allegiance Arts and where these issues are going. Anyhow, that's the video. Tell me what you think. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hit the bell for notifications. You got any comments on Allegiance Arts, Bass Reeves, Nora Saga, Red Rooster, The Futurist, any of these issue number 3s, or this versus this thing, you know? Let me know down below, and I will see you next time.